You talk to people and they're content. They're like, oh, I'm happy with what I've got. I'm like, why? Because there's people who have a whole bunch more than you. And I was never content having a normal life. I wanted an exceptional life. I didn't want a normal car, a normal house, a normal girlfriend. I didn't want none of that. I was like, no. There's dudes out here that have the best. Why do they deserve the best and I don't deserve the best? I really believe that. And this is something I've always had inside me. I just didn't understand why I couldn't have the best stuff.
I lived my life when I was poor, furious at the fact I was poor. Because my ego, and I'll be honest, my ego is at a point where I didn't understand how other people can afford Ferraris and I can't. I would be 18, walk into college, and a Ferrari would drive past, and it would ruin my week. And everyone would be like, what's wrong with you? I'd be like, don't you see, this fat can buy a Ferrari and I can't. Why? He's not a better man, he's not a better person than me. I'm just as good as him, if not better. I couldn't stand the fact that there are people who could do things I couldn't. So this gave me unlimited motivation to get rich. Now, I found a way to get rich, and I believe that anyone who really, really, truly wants to get rich will get rich, one way or another.
And I remember saying to the group, I was only 18, I said, doesn't it annoy you that this guy has a 300,000 pound car and we'll probably never have one? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's only a car. I'm like, no, you don't understand. There's something happening where people are living lives that other people don't get to live. There's something happening. There's something going on. I want to have a 300,000 pound car. I want it. And no one else wanted it. Ferrari driving past me bothered me. And it bothered me to my core, to the point where I decided I would do anything it takes to have one. This is the reason I have 6 or 7 supercars and other people don't. You need to understand that in this world, there's a whole bunch of people doing amazing shit that you are not doing. And that needs to piss you off. Because if it pisses you off, you become motivated all of a sudden. I was the only one who was pissed off when that Aston Martin was next to me and I had my sales job. I was the only one who was pissed off when I saw that Ferrari drive past. Other people were not annoyed by it. And they're not annoyed by it. They're not driven to beat it. It's perfectly fine for you to look around at your life, look at the house you live in, look at the car you drive, and get pissed off and go, you know what, I want a fucking nicer house, and I want a faster car. There's nothing wrong if you take that anger and you direct it in the correct direction. Right now you're watching it and you look around you and you don't own the home you're in, get pissed off. If there ain't a Ferrari on your drive, get pissed off. Forced, directed anger is an extremely powerful force.
When I was broke, I couldn't sleep. I wanted money like I needed air. I'm not gonna live broke. I couldn't tolerate it, and I was so uncomfortable that it gave me the motivation I needed to escape.
I think a man's role on this planet has changed, but from the dawn of human time, a man's role has always been the capability for violence. We conquered. That's what men did. We conquered. To this day, still now, if you look at men, many of them are still trying to conquer the world one way or another. Some men are born with fire inside of them, which cannot be extinguished by TV at night, 9 to 5, sitting around with your wife. I know me as an individual, I could not be satisfied with that. That doesn't mean I look down on the people who are, but my time on the planet, I guarantee, will be more eventful because I refuse to comply with just the average, this is okay, you'll be happy with this, take it. Even since the dawn of time, there's been the normal guy, and then there's been the dude who insists on conquering the world. There's been Napoleon who says, no, I'm taking this and this and this. I don't think happiness as an index is a healthy view for a man to have on life success. If you move it down the scale and you start looking at, am I successful? Am I competent? You know, am I achieving things? Am I respected? If you start to look at these indicators of your life, you're going to end up being happier. I understood very, very well that $500,000 a month is good, but $1 million a month is better. As soon as you stop pushing forward, as soon as you go stagnant, you're dying. As soon as you stay in one place, you're slowly on the way down. It has to grow at all times. So every business has to work. I didn't think, oh, I have plenty of money now. It was the complete opposite. I wanted to work harder, more hours. Bro, if there was a golden tap that unlimited money and you had buckets and you took one bucket of money, would you just take that bucket or would you run back and get another bucket and run back and run? I couldn't stop. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't get out of my brain because I saw that and this was my chance to escape the matrix. So now when people say, Andrew, why do you have 17 supercars? But because it was a car. These cars used to piss me off. So now I have to have them all. I'm trying to conquer the earth, my friend. So I've never been satisfied. To this day, I'm making more money now than I was making in my cam days. I'm still not happy. But I don't judge my life on happiness. I look at all the other human metrics and say, where am I failing? Am I in good shape? Yeah. Am I rich? Yeah. Do I do whatever I want? Am I free? Then life's fine. I'm happy every day. If you're not distraught, then you're happy. Either we're going to die or someone we love's going to die. Those days are coming. So until those days come, I'm happy. I've labeled myself as happy. I've labeled myself as lucky. I'm labeled these things. I will pass any lie detector test today that I'm the most content, happy man in the world because that's what I've decided. That's what I've labeled myself as. You have to decide what you want in life. I wanted to conquer the world. And if you're going to conquer the world in the modern society we live in, that's going to be a fiscal conquer. You're going to make a bunch of money. How else are you going to conquer the world? You can't hide away from the brutal realities of work. That's actually where these last 2 years have been pure clown world because I've known some people who have made a bunch of money in crypto. And I've said to them, what you've just done is once in a generation and it's completely ruined you. What have you learned? You bought a coin, it went up. Okay, good. You have not learned a single fucking thing about how money is made, about personal development. You didn't even learn how to have a firm handshake and put on a tie. And now the worst thing about it is you think you're too good for work. You got lucky. Now you think you're too good to actually get up and grind. You think you're just going to pull it off again, another lottery win. Guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to fucking broke because that's not the reality of the world. That clown world shit is over. If you're sitting at home and you made a bit of money with crypto and you think, don't worry, it's going to go up again soon. You're just praying for some external force. That's not self-accountability. Then you might as well just do the lottery numbers.
Absolutely nobody gives a fuck about you as much as you're going to have to give a fuck about. Nobody cares about you as much as they need to care to fix your life. Even your parents, even your friends, nobody is going to come to your bed, drag you to a job, force you to work hard, and go and buy you a Ferrari. You are never going to have any of the things you want if you do not get them yourself.
You can be below average IQ and still get very rich. It's step by step. Do this, and don't be lazy. So stupid's not the problem. So we have people who are lazy, very few are stupid, but the majority, the main reason most people are broke is because they are arrogant. I became world champion by listening to my coach. I didn't become world champion by walking in and saying, I'll do it myself. You have to listen. If Mike Tyson were to walk in, or if Elon Musk were to walk in here and talk to me about money, I wouldn't be sitting there going, I can do that. Even though I already understand I don't want to launch a car brand or put rockets in space, please, you must know some things I don't know. I sit with people who I used to go to school with from Luton who are still broke and tell them how to make money. And you know what they do? They answer back. Yeah, but you know, it's not that simple because, you know, the wife gets the kid, and you know what, and I don't like to do things that way. The way I like to work, the way you like to work is why you're fucking broke. They'll sit with a multimillionaire and tell you their view. Oh, I think that know when you're out qualified and accept it and learn. So I'd say 20% of people are lazy. A large portion of the world are not lazy. They're actually working exceptionally hard, but they're doing the wrong thing. So say 25%, 5% is 30%. But 70% of people are brutally arrogant. And this is why they are poor. It's very easy to get exactly what you want if you try. What you have is people who try 60%. They try one day, then they miss a day. And then they say, I tried my best, but I still failed. I have always tried my best, which is why I have everything I've ever tried to get. I don't have the things I didn't try to get. If I see a man and he's like, oh, I don't want to work, I don't want to try, I just drink. Well, then I don't like you because you're an idiot.
You're scared of trying in case you fail. What's the price of failure, really? Imagine you lost everything. Are you going to freeze to death? Like the 1800s where you lose your house because you've been evicted by Indians as you were trying to cross the frontier. You're sitting there worried about trying hard. Oh, what happens if I fail? Basically nothing. It's free spins. You're just going to win. In the end, if you keep spinning, you're going to win. And if you lose, what happens? Oh, you have a little bit less money. Oh, you can't buy champagne in an overpriced beach club for a few months. Who gives a shit? You're always going to have food. You're always going to have somewhere to sleep. It's always going to be warm enough. How bad can it really go? We talk about the world being a bad place, but it's actually better than ever. Despite the fact they print endless money and they rob us all, and the politics aren't real and there are no elections, truthfully, the world's probably more peaceful than it's ever been. Europe's not at war. The Teutonic Knights are not going to come and chop your balls off. The true price of failure is sitting there living, not knowing if you could have made it or not. Because most of you, even though you have a shitty, brokey job, your life's fine. You go to work, you waste your time, you waste your life, but your bills are paid, you get to eat every day. Your dick gets wet now and again. Your life's fine. What's the punishment for not trying? The punishment is wondering, could your life have been better? If you have no shame, if you're not the kind of person with honor and dignity, then you don't feel a punishment. You just get to work your bullshit job and have your bullshit life. But if you have any kind of shame, you sit and wonder, could I be doing more? The punishment's self-inflicted. There is no price for failure anymore. You can do whatever you want. You can try a new business today. You can try and make money right now. It could all go wrong. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? You're going to get the bubonic plague. You're You're going to end up getting hung, drawn, and quartered. And nothing's going to happen. So stop being a bitch and try anyway. It's better to try and fail and know you couldn't do it than sit and wonder what your life could be if you stop being a lazy piece of shit.